Look at this. My nails chopped and screwed. This mic is connected the way it should be. I can see what's going on. I don't know that this mic is connected how it should be, but it's okay. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, bro, I really don't think this is connected, so I just look crazy doing this, but we're gonna keep it here anyway. So, this is officially episode 2 of my podcast. It has been over a week, and it's because I went to New York last weekend, and I was trying to do this thing where I film on Sundays. Today's Saturday, so clearly that didn't work, but like, I was gone. I literally left Friday after work, left around 9, I want to say, and then I didn't get back, bro. Dang. Okay, I think my next video is going to be about New York, because I want to wear my Love New York shirt, but we can talk about something else today. So next week we'll talk about New York. New York was great until I left. Like that is, oh my God. Okay, so these are going to be topics that I think I had from last week and then maybe some this week. Oh, okay, well the first one, just because I just got off the metro. The metro is such an intimate form of transportation. Like, I'm trying to think of any other form of transportation, like public transportation, in the 21st century that's that intimate. Like, even, I feel like the bus isn't even like that. Like, the metro literally, like yesterday, for example, we get onto the metro. I'm chill. I was like, I'm not even gonna sit down, you know what, because it's 5 stops for me to get to my place. But I was like, I'm not even gonna sit down because like, I'm about to go to my house and have a good time. I don't feel tired, whatever. We pull up to one of the stops. The doors don't open. And we're standing there, I think, for the 8 minutes. No announcement, no nothing. And so there are people there who are getting off at that stop. I'm waiting for them to get up so I can get in their seat. Because I'm like, okay, at this point, I'm tired of standing because we were supposed to be at my stop by now. So then one of the guys is like, oh, like, well, I wish they would announce something, like, what's going on? So then they finally open the doors and they're like, and let everyone out. I go sit in a seat, my butt hadn't even warmed the seat yet before they were like, this train is now out of service. Please exit the car. And then it was like a whole bunch of high schoolers screaming and stuff. And it's like, I get it. But I literally walked the opposite way from them because I was like, I can't do this right now. But literally everyone pours out of the train and I'm just like, you've got to be joking. It's hot. It's after work and it's hot and it's Friday. Like, I don't want to do this. So then they started single tracking. So the next train, so instead, you know how like one train will go forward, another train will go back, right? Because that's, opposite way to travel. So so this train I was going forward, where I was going, out of service, left. Now another train that's supposed to be going back this way comes forward on the other track, and they're like, y'all, please pay attention. This train is going to X, Y, and Z. So I didn't even peep what was happening. I saw a lady turn to go to that train, and I was like, oh, she's going forward? I'm going forward. Poured into that train. Now for the intimacy part, literally, I get into the train, and there was this man that I saw. I'm saying man, he's probably like my age, I think. I don't know, I kept looking at the shirt trying to figure out where he worked at, but I saw him like standing when we were all standing. He wasn't in a train fiasco. He came from that station. He didn't have to experience what I went through. So then pour in, and then eventually he comes into that train. And you know how, so there'd be like bars on the side, like there'd be like the seats, then there's a bar, and you can stand here, but then there's also the bars on the ceiling. Those are the most like, as soon as you put your hand up to, it's just like, okay, like, hey, how are you? Like, look at space. So I'm putting onto a bar like this. Not like this, I don't put my elbow there. It was kind of like this. Like sometimes I'll do like 1, 2 finger, maybe the 3 finger, I don't know, but like something like that. And then he's like holding the, bar. Also he had sunglasses on, which I literally don't understand. I was like, maybe, because again, looking at his shirt, I'm like, do you work outside? Like, why are you wearing somewhere underground? Like, I don't know. So I'm just like, and there's nowhere to look but literally into his chest, and I'm just like, because if I turn this way, that's someone else's face. Literally was like, okay. So now I'm examining him because that's all I can do. And he had a tattoo on this arm, tattoos on this arm. I was just like, oh wow, Like, I mean, it was like Brother's Keeper. I was like, anyways, so finally got off the train, finally made it back home. But no, the metro is just so intimate. I feel like I love cinema where they have a train scene and not train outside, like metro, like underground, like scene. And my most recent example of this is Forever with Justin and Keisha, when Justin is like, he's going, like, he was just trying to get away from Keisha, but he didn't know where he was going. And Keisha's like, you don't know how to get home, do you? So then she takes him back home. Like, she tells him, or shows him how to use metro, whatever. But it's only those two in the car. Now, for in real life purposes, I'm not going to be the only one in the car. Like, I was like, I would never do this because, one, I don't even get on the metro past 8, I would say. I'm even scared to do that. If it's not daylight outside, I don't know if you'll see me on there. But, so it's only them two in the car. And the camera's shooting from another car. So it's their car here, the next car, and this is where the cameraman is, and he's shooting through that window. And it's just so cute to me, because literally I'll sit on the train sometimes and I'll watch people through that window and see into the next car. I feel like it's such a, like, 90s aesthetic thing. Like, I love it. Okay. So that was my little rant about, intimate metro. And then also, like, I feel like last week I literally saw, it was, again, a packed car. Because, like the 9 to 5, whatever. 9 is packed. 5 is packed. So I think this was coming back from work, so 5. And there's a woman leaning against, like, one of the walls. And then there's another man, like, holding on to, like, they're literally, like, this close face to face. I was like, this is so cute. But if y'all are strangers, it's probably, like, very awkward. But also, like, I don't know. I love people watching. I love people watching in the metro, people watching outside, on the window, like, typical, Okay, moving on. Okay, we can talk a little bit about the Love Island reunion. This is how you know I wrote these notes like 2 weeks ago, because this happened, I think, not last week, the week before. So Love Island reunion, I feel like I was just like, okay, like in the moment, I was like, okay, talk to me, like, you know. But then afterwards, I was like, okay, like, and I feel like a lot of, like, I feel like when I go on social media, so many people are obsessed and they're like, so-and-so unfollow Charlie, or they're psychoanalyzing this person, psychoanalyzing this person. Now, don't get me wrong, I love watching a good, like a in-depth psychoanalyzation, preferably with my therapist. I was watching a therapist break down, like Ace's person. I don't know what she was breaking down, but it was about Ace. And I was like, but she also prefaced that she does not know these people in her life. She's just using what they put on TV. And what they put on TV is also misleading. Because I also watched Ace's interview with Speedy, the full thing. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. Afterwards, I really felt bad for him. I was like, wait, guys, like, he's not that bad. Like, he's misunderstood. No. And then I was talking to one of my coworkers. She was like, I don't like him. He's so two-faced. I was like, wait, did I call for propaganda? Like, I don't know. But... And that's also why you just shouldn't get too roped into reality TV. The whole, what's the word? When people, what is that word? I've literally seen it online, but basically when people take, like, social media personalities or just internet personalities or famous people way too seriously as if you know them in real life, you do not know these people. You don't know these people, and at the end of the day, they're not paying our bills, TBH. Like, TBH, like, I don't know. So... that's all I will say, but shout out my Black queens. Okay. I forgot why. Okay, I need to start being more specific in these notes, because literally I'm looking. Okay, this is what it said. Oversaturation of the market, being yourself, personality hire. What? What did I mean by that? I literally am like, what? Okay. Okay, someone said this to me, but okay, I wrote down, what does success mean to you? I forgot who. Maybe I saw it online. I've been watching a lot of YouTube recently. I've always been a YouTube girl though, so maybe I heard it online, or maybe someone said it to me. I've also been in a lot of Ubers. I love talking to the Uber drivers. A lot of my Uber drivers have been either like Nigerian or Ghanaian, so I'll just chat with them. And someone would give me like history lessons. I found out that there's a lot of Liberians in Ghana, and I did not know this. He said, yeah, like, I guess it was during the war, a lot of Liberians end up going to Ghana, and he said there's like a whole community. I forgot what he said the name of the community is called. I was like, what? That's so cool. And then, like 3 weeks ago, I was in the Uber with a Nigerian man, and he was telling me how his four children, and they're all either two of them are studying, and then two of them have like jobs up. But he was telling me how when he immigrated to the States, like they wanted more Nigerians to come and go to school here because the Nigerian Nigerian money, so Naira was worth more than USD. And so that was so interesting to me because growing up, all I knew was that Naira was less than the US dollar. It's crazy because like, I don't know why I was so surprised by that. I'm like, that's definitely something that can be true. You know what I mean? But, I feel like in our society, and especially the way history has been, I feel like it's just so rare for a majority Black country, specifically in West Africa, because a lot of West Africa has been colonized, or at one point was colonized, whatever. But for it to be worth more like than the American dollar. And so then I was like, is it cause Nigeria was colonized by the British? And so I'm like, is that, cause like the British money is worth more than American money. So I was like, is that why like at a certain point or for a good amount of time, Naira was worth more than USD? But I didn't look it up cause that was my, theory. I don't know if that makes sense. Like when I say it out loud, I'm like, but that was just something I found really interesting. He was like, yeah, like they wanted Nigerians to come and spend their money. And, he moved over here and he said he's, in Maryland. I believe he's in Maryland. I think he said he likes it now, but yeah, it was just an adjustment for him coming. I think it was the 70s or the 80s. That was, oh my God, like that's so cool to me. But yeah, so then I went home and then I called, or maybe this was the day after, and I was talking to my mom, or maybe my dad. No, well, my mom's a Nigerian one, but like my dad also is like a history fanatic, so he just knows these things. And she was like, yeah, Naira used to be worth like so much more, but then, and when I looked it up, it said it went down, I think in 2007 or 2008. And I was wondering, because 2008 was like the U.S. recession. But I'm like, so what was that for Nigeria? I just need to do more research, yes. But I thought that was so cool. Okay, wait, what was I talking about before? What does success mean to you? Okay. Oh my God, wait, it says it's dying. No. Is it gonna, wait, how many minutes do I have on here? 17 or 12? That says 12. Wait, should I like, I don't know, it's like blinking red to go stressing me out. Okay. I don't know. It's giving like, let it rest and then come back. I don't know. Okay, well, let me just finish what I'm saying and then if it dies, it dies. I'll switch to my phone. I don't know. Phone quality is not the same. But, okay, what is success mean to you? So sorry. Okay, so I think the reason I wrote this down is because I think a lot of us see success in different ways, and sometimes success can mean money, success can mean doing what you love to do, or success can mean being able to provide. So like money adjacent, but just being able to provide for your family or like people you love, stuff like that. So I think like when it comes to you, especially being in your 20s and trying to figure out what you want to achieve, what goals you have, and how you plan to be successful, it's important to know what success means to you and not what it means to your parents or what it means to your siblings or what it means to people, like whatever, just what it means to you. Because it's like, you could sit there and be like, oh, well, I mean, this was money, da da da, but it's like, you could still feel not successful because you're like, well, I haven't done anything that I wanted to do. I've done other things which other people view as successful and other people view as an achievement, but to me it's just like, like I did it, yeah, but there's all these other things that you wanted to accomplish that you haven't done, and so to you, you haven't been successful, right? And I feel like at the end of the day, you're the only one who has to live your life, so I think that you should be doing what you view as success, or you should be aiming towards what you view as success. I think for me, being an oldest sibling, an oldest child, a lot of times success was like whatever my parents viewed as success. Even though I definitely had like my own thoughts. Okay, so I did have to end up recording on my phone. Unfortunately. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out where I left off at. I think I was saying as an oldest child. But yeah, I think as an oldest child, that's something I've struggled with just because it's like you could do all these things and have like your parents be so proud of you and then like your family be proud of you, blah, blah, blah. But you can feel kind of just maybe content or even just like you don't really feel anything about it. You're kind of just like, okay, I did what I was supposed to do, but um also trying to figure out what means like what fulfills you and what makes you feel good. And this goes into another thing I wrote down because I was talking to one of my friends and she just graduated in August. I graduated in May, you guys, big grads. But she has started her, I don't think it's her first job, but she started a new job. And she was talking about how like she really loves it, she really enjoys it. And it definitely fits her very well in her personality. And she was like, like it's a blessing to be able to do what you love. And I was like, that's so true because so many people can so many people can do things that society may view as successful, but deep down they're not happy with it. They're just doing it because they know others will view it as successful. And I think that if success to you means having, financial stability or just having, I feel like everyone should have financial stability. I feel like that should just be standard. But I think when it comes to like I don't know, because I definitely think, yeah, I feel like financial stability should be a standard goal for sure. But I think some people want like excess of that, right? They want like money to be able to financial freedom. There we go. Okay, so there's like financial stability, then there's financial freedom, right? And I feel like financial stability should definitely be a standard goal for everyone. I feel like everyone deserves that, But financial freedom, I think, and we're talking about like excess money or having funds to spend or having funds to do like discretionary spending, I guess, like travel and clothes and shopping and stuff like that. I feel like some people, it doesn't matter what they do, they just want like that and like they want that end result. And so as long as it's making them money, then it's fine. But then I feel like on the other hand, there are people who are like, um, yeah, this job doesn't pay much, but like it's my dream. And I think I've always been like in the middle of that because I'm like, well, I want financial stability because I feel like, especially when you grow up with immigrant parents who the background does not have like financial stability, so it's like they've worked their way up to like providing me financial stability. So I feel like I have to do that, and I want to do that for myself. But I also feel like I need to be able to showcase that I'm gonna like continue what they've done. You know what I mean? Like they came up like they how do I phrase this? Like they've been able to like achieve such great feats, such great heights. I don't know how to explain it, but like just basically continue what they've done, like the legacy. I hate saying that, but like legacy, I guess. I don't know you guys, but just continuing like the work they've done. Because like my mom will always say she'll just be like, because they want me to have a job that'll allow me to be like financially stable. Um, and she always be like, you're doing it for yourself. Like the paychecks aren't coming for me, they're coming for you. So we just want you guys to be able to have X, Y, and Z, right? Because they know what it's like to not have it. And so that scares me because I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't want to know what it's like to not have it, right? So it's like, I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure I do have it. And then in a sense, to make them proud because it's like they want to see their children doing well just to know that they didn't do all of that for nothing. You know what I mean? And I think that when it does come to family dynamics like that and being the oldest child, it's so much weight on you. And I think that like a lot of times, even like now, I still feel it. I still wish I had someone older than me because I think so much of my life was just like either figuring it out myself or trying to find someone else to help me figure it out because it's like my parents didn't grow up here. So there's certain things they're just not gonna know. And there's certain things I'm not gonna know because it's like I'm a baby. Like I just got here. So yeah, I don't know. It's not it hasn't been crazy, obviously. I think it's just one of those things where you're like, dang, um, low key wish someone else was doing this instead of me. Like low key wish it wasn't me. But I don't know. It's life. Oh, you guys have to do the next topic. Where is my iPad? I was watching Pop the Balloon. Unfortunately, where, where? Okay, okay. I remember. Okay, this one I wrote when I was on the train to New York. So it says, "Not accepting the good, being scared of being excited." So I feel like over the course of college, no, yes, like over the course of like from sophomore year of college up, I feel like I do this thing where it's like if things are going too well, y'all up in my iPad. If things are going too well, I'll be like, okay, something's about to go wrong. Like I think that things are going too well and something is going to happen like really, really bad to kind of like even out the good. You know what I mean? And I don't know why I do this. Like when I remember when I had gotten my internship for like the job I work at now. And I was just so scared that they were gonna like rescind the internship offer. I was scared to post on social media. I was scared to do a lot of things. I was like, oh my God, something's gonna happen that's gonna take it away. Like something's gonna happen that's gonna take it away. Same thing even with the job offer. So when I completed the internship, got the job offer, my whole senior year, I was like, oh my God, like something's gonna happen. They're gonna take it away. They're gonna see they're gonna see a picture of me at Howard Homecoming. And it's like I was at Howard Homecoming for literally like an hour and a half. But like I literally was like, something's gonna happen, someone's gonna see me here, and they're gonna be like, no, no, no. So I don't know if that's overthinking. Well, it probably is overthinking, but I don't know what in addition to that it is. Cause it's like just because things are going well does not mean something bad has to come and even out the playing field, you know? And well, however, okay, because once I was finished with New York, something really, really bad did happen. But I think I really think that happened like me. So basically what happened was I left my purse in an Uber, right? But my purse had everything, like everything, you guys. Like I was so scared my identity was gonna be stolen, didn't have my apartment keys, like it was like everything, right? And so the weekend had went so well, and I was like, no, like this is the bad thing. Like and I truly feel like I got my purse back now and I have all of my belongings. And I was like, okay, maybe God was just using that as like one of those things like, don't let it happen again. He was like, this time you're good, but like next time, don't let it happen again. And I was like, okay, he's just, it's a lesson. It's a lesson I'm going to learn. I'm never going to do that again. I got promise I'm never going to do that again. Um, but yeah, I guess like when things like that happen, I'm like, dang, like it was a certain point where I was on a train ride back because I realized I had left my bag in the Uber. I think 20 minutes before my train was supposed to depart, and I was like, "There's nothing. I can't go run and find the Uber. Like he's gone." So I'm on my phone contacting Uber. Da 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 da. But I'm on the train, just like it is what it is. I came to terms with it. I almost didn't go to work the next day. Like y'all, I was so like defeated. Because it's just like I had to pay for a whole new key for my apartment. It was like 150. I thought it was only $50. No, it was 150. I was like, okay. But everything I was just like, you know what? By Friday, everything's gonna be good. I kept telling myself that because it was Tuesday. I remember going into work. I wasn't late. I pulled up exactly at 9. Thank God. But yeah, I just felt so like down. But I was like, by Friday, everything's gonna be good. You're gonna have everything. And it's gonna be okay. And it was okay. Like it was great. God bless. Like, God bless. Wait, what were we talking about? Oh, being excited. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like sometimes I need to be able to accept like the good things happening to me. Like and not think that because a good thing has happened now a bad thing has to happen, because I think subconsciously you're thinking that this is too good to be true, like this can't be your life, and it's like, no, if you keep thinking that way then it's not going to be your life, and it is my life, so I'm going to keep thinking that way, you know what I mean? So I think that's something I just have to keep reminding myself and keep telling myself that no, like you deserve this, and this is like that's why it's coming toward you, like that's why it's gravitating towards you, because it's yours. Okay, it's giving motivational speaker. Okay, come on, hold on. It's very sunny outside, y'all. I'm going. Oh my god. So one of my favorite authors. What time is this? 10:22. Okay, okay. I have a couple of minutes left. Okay. So one of my favorite authors. Her name is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Adichie. I think it's Adichie because she's Nigerian. Okay, but she is coming to the National Book Festival at the Library of Congress here in DC. So I have read 3 books by her. I think I need to read her newest one. It just came out. I think that's why she's pulling up there. But they I was reading it and she's only signing 1 book and I was like, okay. Like, but I've never been to a book signing or anything. Like I've never met like, someone that I guess in my eyes is like famous, or I'm just like, wow, like I love your work. You're like an artist. I don't know. But yeah, she I think I want to have her sign. Okay, wait. The 3 books that I read by her are Americana, House of a Yellow Sun, and Purple Hibiscus Flower. Or is it Hibiscus Flower? I think it's Purple Hibiscus Flower. I think I want to have her sign Americana. Um, yeah, like I think I do. It's like low key. I want to bring all 3 and see if I could just like slide it in there. I want to be like, hey, like I'm Nigerian too. But I'm pretty. She's Igbo. I'm pretty sure. I'm a Bibio. Um, Low key, if I was Igbo, I would just pull up and like say something in Igbo, and I'd be like, "Can you just like?" But I want to get a picture with her if that's possible. But I'm really excited. I'm kind of nervous. I also was like, should I go? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm like nervous about it. But yeah, like that was my first time. Her book was my first time, I believe, reading a Nigerian author. And it felt like my first time reading a Black author. Like, I was like, there's so much that I understand. Like, it's so crazy. Like, because as a kid growing up, I read majority white books like John Green, Divergent, Convert, like all the versions, right? They were good books because I was reading them. I was reading them. But I think the first book that I remember reading by a Black author was The Hate You Give, and I was just like, oh my god! And I still am, but I was an avid Tupac fan. So reading the book, I was just like, yes, Tupac. But it just you resonate so much more with the book when, like, let's say the author comes from the same background as you, or the author is talking about things that you grew up with. So like having reading a Nigerian author, I was just like, oh my god. Like, and Americana is basically about this girl, her name's Ifioma, and she is moving to America. She's immigrating to America. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not gonna say too much. But essentially, it goes through her trials and tribulations, and then it's also about the boy. There's a boy, forgot his name, starts with the O, I believe, but we get his point of view too. But reading specifically about the girl, it made me think about my mom, because I'm like, my mom immigrated to the States in the 90s, I believe. But it wasn't just her; it was her and her siblings, her 3 siblings. But it allowed me to, because she's never told me much about it, but it allowed me to, I guess, kind of see a little bit into that time and imagine what it must have been like for her, and like the things she went through and stuff like that. So I feel like it just allows you to like have empathy. um yeah, like it's a really good book, and I was so sad when I finished it because it was like, I think it was like 500 pages. It was a thick book. I enjoyed it. And then one of the other ones I read was Half of a Yellow Sun, and that was about the Nigerian Civil War, the Biafra War, in the 60s. And that is told from, I think, either 4 or 5 different points of view. It's really good, you guys. Like, especially if you're of Nigerian descent, like I suggest you read it. Um, okay, hold on. Okay, okay. Okay, this one is just like a little lighthearted one. So my mom does this thing where she will go onto Amazon, find something she likes, screenshot it, send the picture to me and my sister and say, "Can you please order?" So it just gags me every time because it's like, when you were on the site and the checkout button was right there on your screen, you didn't want to do it. Like I just be like, what? Like literally, my mom did that last week, and I sent it to my sister, and I was like, BB, what? But I'm sorry, you gonna order it though? Because I'm not ordering it. I think I was busy, but it just makes me laugh. And then one time she even sent us the link, so I was like, so you have the link, but we're like, and I'm like, is there something that we're doing that you're not doing? Like, do you just like the way we order it? Like, do we add notes in there? Like, what is it that that you're sending it to us to order it? It's like, I don't know. It just makes me laugh because I'm like, that's such a what is she? She's not millennial. She's I don't know. That's such like an older person thing. Like, that's just so funny to me. But yeah, that was one thing I had to like vet about. I think it's hilarious. Um, talked about that. I really wish I knew what I meant when I said oversaturation of the market being your self personality hire. I just don't understand. I'm trying to. I'm oh wait, okay, maybe this is what I meant. Like oversaturation of like okay. I think what I meant was the only person you can really be is yourself because no one else can be you. So I think I don't know what I was referring to specifically, but I think I can use social media as an example. Like the whole like certain aesthetics when it comes to like clean girl aesthetic or um that's the only one that came to mind. But like just certain aesthetics that are very popular on TikTok, and there may be someone who like may have originated the aesthetic or may have popularized it, but then there's like other people who like that's like the aesthetic they're trying to like base their account off of, and nothing's wrong with that. I think what I had seen was someone just talking about how like there's an oversaturation in the market of like certain aesthetics like that, so the only way you can really diversify yourself is by showing your personality because that is specific to you, like that's you, no one can touch you, you know what I mean? And I agree. I think that's very true. I think that you can have this clean girl aesthetic, but then also show us who you are. And now it's like, oh, I love this aesthetic, but I'm gonna stay for her because I like her. You know what I mean? And I think that's also what I like about podcasts. Because keep in mind, like I said in the last podcast, I think I've never been someone who's in the podcast. Like I just recently found this like new aff- affection, infliction. Okay, I don't remember the word. Affection. This newfound love for podcast, pretty much. Because I think I always used to like when I heard podcast, I think like I don't know, like just men talking about stuff that I don't care about. I don't know. So I love the two podcasts I watch right now are Black women. One of them they are half Black, half Asian. So yeah, like love my POC queens, but I think that's pretty good advice just for any job, TBH. Like, yeah, social media is a big one, but I think that something that I learned when I was in the hiring process for my current job is like, yeah, you can do the work, but do you like, they were like, do you fit in with the office culture? Because it's like the office that we have in DC is different from offices like maybe in the South or maybe on the West Coast and stuff like that. So your personality and letting it shine through could be a big, help to you getting a job. Maybe like you never know. You never know what's good. Um, okay. I think that is it, you guys. I will talk about New York on the next podcast because but like 10 out of 10 trip though. Well, okay, I have to give it an 8 out of 10 because of what happened at the end. But it was a really good trip. Yeah. I don't know, like I can't talk about it right now. But next week I got y'all and I'll have my I love New York shirt on. Yeah. But I think I'm about to maybe I'm about to take a nap because the festival she said Chimamanda, she said that she's not gonna be there until 5:15. I mean she said 4. But she said she's signing books at 5:15, I think. So I'm not gonna pull up until maybe 4:30. And right now it's 2:50 and it takes 40 minutes to get there by train. So now I'm just like I need to leave at like at like 4ish. I can leave at 4. I can take a nap. A nap is fine. And then I'm having dinner with one of my friends. Um, yeah, I'm excited. And then we're supposed to go to a party. So I don't know what I'm gonna wear, honestly. Yeah, I don't really know. Y'all, please tell me. So I just came back from like a market. And this lady was selling like plant-based fried chicken and mac and cheese. But my thing is, right, it's like if you know it's not real chicken, can we just say like what it is? Like actually, because I hate like you have in big letters fried chicken and mac and cheese, and I'm like, okay, fried chicken and mac and cheese, and I see plant-based, and now I'm questioning. Now I'm questioning, and then I go bite into it, and it was good. Don't get me wrong, but like, I think it just caught me off guard. Even though I knew in my head, I'm like, it's plant based, so it's not gonna be meat. Like it's not gonna be meat. Mac and cheese was good. The plant based chicken was good. At the end of the day, shout out my black queen. Oh my god, tomorrow I need to go to this other. Okay, low key, I need to stop talking. But tomorrow I'm gonna go to this other market. I'm gonna find a girl who it was like 2 weeks ago. She was selling like body butters, but I didn't buy anything because I was like, I'm low key broke right now, queen. I'm sorry, but this week I got her because it smelled so good. I think it was like $20. So hopefully she's there. I'm only gonna be like the first one online, like 24, please, in my bag. But yeah, okay. That is it for this week's episode. Um, yeah. Bye, you guys. Ooh, that hurt. Oh my god. Wait, do you guys like my shirt? I got it from Benji Menji. So this is in Yoruba. Like I said before, you guys, I'm a Bibio, so I really didn't know what this said until I looked it up. It says Ooniki. Oh no, Ooni Koko. Ooni Koko. But it basically means money is important or money is paramount. I think it's like a cheeky, I'm saying cheeky like I'm in London, but I think it's like a cheeky little saying because I think, oh my God, this is a problem with me talking. I can't stop. So, anyways, I I deleted TikTok now 3 hours ago, but when I was on TikTok this week, I no, it was Instagram, and it was like a carousel post, and the girl was talking about how Yoruba people mainly speak in proverbs, and I was like, that's very true. I feel like just like Nigerians in general, but like speaking proverbs, but because this is like a Yoruba saying, it made me think of that. And it's basically kind of like instead of being direct, it's like you're using like an analogy or something to speak to or speak about like the thing at hand. And so when I looked up like what this meant, well, oh, ni coco. I know I sound American. Please stop. Please, like my mom didn't teach me, but and it was saying like it's used to reflect how important money is just in various aspects of life. And I think on surface level you could think like, oh, like all you care about is money, all you care about is money, but it's like no, like my mom always tells me, she's like, in this country, she always says in this country. But even my Uber driver, the Nigerian one who's telling me about Nara, he was like, in this country you need money, like you need money, and it's very important. Like yes, money can't bring all the happiness, but it can bring a lot. It can bring a lot. So um I think it's one of those things that's kind of like layered, and it's not, it shouldn't just be looked at as like, oh, all this person cares about is money. But it's like, no, I think especially in like Nigerian culture, money is like is literally a symbol. Like obviously it symbolizes wealth because that's money. But I think um like the way, when you're at like a Nigerian party, a Nigerian wedding, and the people will be dancing and they'll spray the money on you. Um, I did not know that was not like a common thing. I don't know why. I remember seeing a TikTok and people were like, "Why are they throwing money on?" I'm like, y'all don't do this. Mm. But yeah. Anyways, I really love that about Nigerian culture. Um, Sometimes it's just, I remember I was reading the post, and one of the things, so basically she was talking about how she had came back to her dorm after doing something, but it had taken her a long time. And so her roommate, she said this in Yoruba, but I'm gonna say it in English because I don't speak Yoruba. But she was like, "Did you go cut jute from the farm?" Like, what? And that made me laugh so hard because I'm like, that's something my mom would literally say. And you know how Nigerians mom, they'll be like, "Put on my head." Like, it's just one of those things that like you, and she said this in the post. She was like, if you don't understand it, it'll go over your head, and it literally will go over your head. But did you go cut Julie from the farm? Is so funny. That is so funny because literally I would bust out laughing and I'd be like, well, yes, we're gonna eat good tonight. Like, I don't know. Okay, bye, you guys.